is Dr. Lisa Matthews with Abbie D'Agnese, who is in the description box below, and you will understand soon why you need to remember that. So we are going to continue with part something. What is it? Part two, three? Uh,
Two.
um,
Part two.
is it two?
Two.
Two, really? All right. Saint Francis of Assisi. In part
Assisi.
Assisi, I already explained in part one a little bit about him, so I'm not going to read the whole bio. So we'll just go on with questions. Do you have Frankie here? And hello, Eric. I love you.
He says, "Oh, Ma." Mwah, 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 mwah.
Oh,
He's smothering me with his kisses.
no.
Oh, he's like, I can. He's totally going "Mwah, mwah," like that to me, and I'm going, "Just you."
All right. So, Saint Francis, thank you for coming back. I appreciate
I'm sorry, Eric's making duck lips, and I want to go
it.
push his
So,
face away.
St. Francis, what is your understanding now of heaven, hell, and purgatory? And I guess I should follow up. Is there a deeper truth of these beyond church teachings?
So, my beliefs are very much based off of my culture and how I was raised, as we all are, with our faith-based system.
Yeah.
However, it runs deeper than that because of my eternal cause and my eternal truth and wholeness and well-being of what made me who I am. I am eternal, as we all are, and I believe in the root of the cause, the the just cause of satisfaction with happiness, of eternal blessings, love and light, and peace throughout the earth.
Mm.
I do believe that what I've transcended to is above all not human. And
Wow.
during the time of my existence on your earthly plane, I also believed then that I was transcended. These almost make me think aliens, but it's
Well, it
not.
could be. Oh,
It's not.
no. Oh, okay.
No, it's transcended from God that I was put onto this earth to live my purpose. And as I fell upon my purpose, he's showing me these huge rays of light that are hitting all over his body. And he puts his hands up in the air, and these rays of light hit his fingertips and just
Ooh.
wash over him. It's like as if he had an awakening, Elisa,
Mm.
like that he just one
Yeah.
day just had this real profound, it just clicked, like when we get those Oprah aha moments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He had that very similar instance where it was just a click. And once that happened, he could feel the Holy Spirit wash over him.
Oh, my
And
God.
it was beautiful. And he fell to his knees.
It's amazing.
What being saved meant. What being saved meant.
So, but what do you think about heaven, hell, and purgatory?
It's exactly what he had it described to him as being.
Okay.
However, until you have crossed over the veil,
Yeah.
it's like he's showing me an old key and it unlocking the door. And then he's showing me this beautiful scene that looks like it's out of the most amazing Pixar movie you've ever seen with just the brightest colors and the birds and the butterflies and
Mm.
just the overall feeling in the air. It's not too humid, it's not too cold, it's just right.
Yeah.
And just the of walking through that door and knowing I'm
To
home.
heaven. Yeah.
Correct. There was no ego in him crossing. So it wasn't like he needed to drop to his knees before the Lord and ask if he did everything right. He knew that he did everything right when he crossed. He
That's
knew
nice.
that he had followed the plan, and he knew that there was no feeling of apprehension of like, what if I'm wrong? Right? It was a another transcendence, a transcendence into the most heavenly peace and bliss that you've ever experienced.
Well, so is there a hell and purgatory or not?
There's a relation to it.
What do you
So,
mean?
as we've described in so many, he's calling this a podcast. That's funny. So, he's saying, as we've described so many times before in this podcast and others,
Mhm.
um, I'm sorry, Eric started talking and then just distracted me. Can you ask me the question again?
Sure. Let's see if I remember. Okay, so there's no hell or purgatory. I don't think. Is there?
So, no, there's no such artifactual place. It's more your state of mind and your presence of being. So,
Mm.
the darkest shades of black, and then if you can picture all the shades, where I'm an X-ray tech, it's like we study these different densities
Oh
of,
yeah.
of light
Yeah.
and photons, how that hits the image receptor and how it creates the image. So, he's explaining that you have the blackest black. And then as you transcend up through, you get the lighter shades of gray, lighter,
Sure.
lighter, lighter to
Yeah.
white, and then you get the most beautiful, brilliant whites.
Yeah.
So that is the different steps and levels of your purgatory and your hell. Purgatory, he's explaining, is a state of mind, is a state of consciousness, it's a state of being which you yourself have complete and total control over, and
Yeah.
also destruction for your own self in. So it's not like he's explaining how it's it's not like you choose like I'm gonna go to hell now.
I know.
I
A lot
don't
of
want to
people
be in
probably
heaven.
think that.
And I am going to be in purgatory, and that's where I'm going to stay is this
Yeah.
purgatory thing. It's not like that. It's just more of the
Okay.
judgments about yourself on the most inner level.
Okay. Did you communicate telepathically in life? And all humans, I think, can learn that ability, and you probably say yes to that. But did you communicate telepathically? And can we all?
So there's different levels of that as well.
Of course. Of course, we have to complicate things, huh, Frankie? Frankie, baby.
He's very good. Sorry, he just cracked me up.
Mm.
So there's different um can you repeat the question again? I know I do that a lot.
No, no, it's because you're
Sorry.
channeling.
I am. I just
Did you communicate telepathically in life?
So, yes, is the simple answer. Yes, as we can all. It's
Okay.
developing your ability to predict and perceive subtle energies. So,
Okay.
telepathically, you're able to connect to people's emotions and vibrations
Okay.
that way. And for him, he was a human, remember here. Um,
Yeah.
he did receive like a very high elevation here of from source energy.
Yeah.
Okay. But he was able to predict things. He is calling
Cool.
himself a seer.
Yeah.
So he's calling himself specifically a seer of light. I like that.
Interesting.
I like
I like
that.
it too.
Yeah.
So people have compared you to Jesus or even suggested you're a reincarnation of Jesus. How would you respond to that idea?
He laughs and he shakes his head and he looks down and he looks up. He says, and so it was.
What does that
He's
mean?
he's kind of being jokey about that. No, he was not a reincarnation of Jesus.
Okay.
He
But
was
so why do
developed.
people compare you to Jesus, you think?
He's saying correct and understandably as you have these questions and they get amplified by the desire, you're going to use these thoughts and you're going to recognize them in other people.
Yeah.
So the justified thought as people saw him and see him still as being so enlightened that he
Yeah.
would hold that comparison to Jesus.
Of course, that makes sense. Okay. When did you first become aware of your connection with animals and nature? I bet you were little,
He's
but
holding a
you
little
didn't.
baby chipmunk.
Oh,
He's holding a little baby chipmunk.
oh, I love chipmunks.
Um, So the comparison of nature, you said was the question.
Yeah, no, your connection with animals and nature. When did you first start to have that?
Son's birth. Son's birth, because this was a
Yeah.
preordained, pre-planned,
Oh, that makes
yeah,
sense.
situation here. So he was enlightened and very, he's saying, highly adjusted to energy, to
Yeah.
the energy around him. He, a lot like, that guy Caesar on TV that is just so amazing with training pets.
Yeah.
So he had this innate ability from an early age. He's showing me a donkey, and
Mm.
he had this pet donkey who had first it started with a splinter in his hoof, and
Oh,
he that's when he realized he was only 5. He
oh my
was
gosh.
That's when he was conscious of being able to communicate with, so he was a medium, okay? So
Yeah.
he was able to communicate with the creatures, with the animals. Then this donkey, as the donkey aged, as he aged, the donkey got sicker. And as the donkey got sicker, the donkey was able to explain to him he doesn't have fear because he has love.
Oh, wow.
So he doesn't have fear of beloved pet donkey
Oh,
transcend up to the heaven realm.
yeah.
And at that time, there wasn't the education that was brought to him that this is what ascension is.
Yeah.
But he didn't need somebody to sit him down and explain it because he had the best teacher of all. He had Christ.
Yeah. Okay. So we've answered this. Were you an animal communicator, or did your purity and love simply attract wildlife to you? I bet it's both. Is it both? Just yes or no on this question.
Yes.
Okay. Were you truly connected to nature, spirits, and elementals? Like fairies, gnomes, things of that nature?
As I walked through the forest, as I touched the trees, I could hear them breathe. I could hear them and feel them breathe.
Oh,
I could feel the elements. So as he touched a rock, he could taste it.
oh, wow.
As the climate shifted, it was more than just the bariatric pressure. He could feel the earth breathing
Oh,
as Mother Earth, as Mother Nature, as it
geez.
should be, which is also a live being. He
Yes, of
used to
course.
pray to the earth and honor the earth and honor the earth's perspectives about what it needed so it could help him. Kind of like he's showing me the book The Giving Tree.
I love that book. I cried
I
every time I read
know
it.
it's a great book.
I love
And
it.
he's explaining how this is very much how the earth, I think it's, is that Roald Dahl that wrote that? But he's explaining how he was able to predict disasters with the earth because of how the earth spoke to him and how the earth breathed.
Wow,
So
that's
he was
amazing. So the earth
nature.
would communicate to you and say, "Hey, something's
Exactly.
up,
Yeah,
man."
right. Correct.
Wow.
He feels the same thing
What
on Earth.
messages do the trees, animals, and plants have for humanity today? Oh God. Bring it
It's
on.
not as negative as you think,
Oh
because
good.
as the book The Giving Tree, the earth doesn't have the same tone and the same frequency as a human being does. It
Yeah,
doesn't know to do something out of ego. And so when there's natural disasters and such, there's a rolling with the tide that comes with it. So it comes and it goes just as much as how when animals pass, they breathe it in and they breathe it out and they don't fight it.
yeah.
It's because they don't have that element of fear.
Yes.
All creatures and the earth, they're very much their own beings of intent.
Yeah.
And their intent is focused on liberating themselves. And the way
Okay.
they liberate themselves
Yeah.
is through giving, is through giving.
Giving. Yes.
Yes.
How can we learn to communicate better with the natural world?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Be grateful for it.
Exactly. Give it love,
Mm.
hug a tree.
Yeah, definitely.
Hold a seashell, listen to its sounds, he
Yeah.
says.
Be
He's
grateful for Mother Earth.
showing me a
Everything we
leaping hand.
see
He's
are
kissing
gifts from
the
Mother
leaf.
Earth. Every single thing,
Correct.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
For animals in the slaughtered houses, is their suffering part of a soul contract, and do their souls leave before pain? And how are they received in the afterlife? So let's just do one at a time. Break it down here. Is there suffering part of a soul contract? I mean, we have to eat. Okay,
Again,
so
again, we're looking at this from as if the animal is a human. So much like the earth giving, the animals also come in with the full awareness of this is their task is to
right,
give.
to give, yeah.
So the pain that they endure, it's forcibly done so, but not with the perspective that a human would have
Would they
about.
feel pain?
Yes, they feel physical pain and they do feel emotional pain.
Well, can't they get out of their body before they feel all that?
He's saying absolutely.
So do they? Usually or not?
It's kind of a 50-50 thing if they so choose.
I choose,
Uh,
you
they
know what I
also
choose.
have they also have their own contracts coming
Yeah,
in and a purpose. They just have much more awareness of what that means to
okay.
have a purpose, but not need to know what the purpose is. So animals in a slaughterhouse are not necessarily like, hey, I'm here to die, but they can smell the smells, they can feel the
Oh,
vibrations, they
yeah.
can, they have such enhanced senses that they know something really bad is going to happen and there's death here. So
Ugh,
which induces fear. And that's why it's so critical and important to give animals of all animals the best life that's our human
yeah.
responsibility so that way they can pass with ease and then we benefit from that because then we're eating them. And that energy and that frequency of love and of gratitude and of light is what the animals retain. And that goes into our bodies.
Yeah,
And
the
that's what
love. Yeah,
helps to help our well being, but
yeah,
also our soul's frequency.
yeah,
So it's very purposeful and intentful that there are these circumstances where humans do decide to go with the protein base,
yeah,
and eat. The he's bringing up the flesh of man, how that's also intentful, as in intentful. We're not eating people here. Okay.
well, some people do.
Just needed to clarify that.
It's the other white meat.
Not a Jeffrey Dahmer interview.
Other white meat.
But how our skin and our well-being, as we all know, promotes its own frequencies.
Yeah.
So if we were to eat somebody that's negative,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that would make that would bring it into us.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This took a weird twist.
It's
First love
okay.
it.
I'm used to that. So, how are they received after they're slaughtered? How are they received in the afterlife? I'm sure with love and celebration, right?
It's it's
Gratitude.
it's with ease and
Okay.
it's with uh so they still develop on the other side, their souls, just like our souls still
Yeah.
develop on the other side, just in a different way. And it's beautiful when they cross just as much as a human.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What is the greatest act of compassion humans can extend to animals and on the earth right now?
Giving them peace.
Giving them peace and
Whatever that picture looks
gratitude,
like.
probably too, right?
Right. So we have the responsibility. If we have a beloved pet or just any pet, or it doesn't even need to be a pet, just having the responsibility of an animal that's in pain can't vocabulate, can't speak to us
Okay.
necessarily, tell us exactly what's wrong. So with euthanasia, we have a responsibility and an honor of being
Yeah.
able to help our creatures, great and small, be able
Oh,
to transition with peace.
yeah. That's
And
wonderful.
their intention, even the lions, and he's saying, even Abbie's scary snakes. I'm terrified of snakes. Oh my God.
Oh,
Why are you even bringing up snakes?
it
He's
just
saying
mess with you.
they have an eternal purpose, and they have even with snakes, they eat
Yeah,
rats. They all have a purpose,
yeah, of
and
course.
whether
I
and
don't know
it
about fire ants, but that's another topic for another
we'll
day.
have to figure it. We'll have to channel some fire ants.
I know, I think we will. Can you clarify your relationship with Saint Clare of Assisi? Did you share any past lives together? Saint Clare of Assisi. Don't know her.
Was it his sister as in his family, or
I don't
sister as
know.
was she like a nunnery lady? No, nun? Was she
Let
a
me
nun?
see. Let me ask the next question while I'm looking that
Because
up.
I feel like
Who,
she had a
who was
profound.
Saint Clare of Assisi? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Uh, Italian saint, one of the most influential women in early Christianity.
Wow.
Born in Assisi, best known as the founder of the Order of Poor Ladies, later
Oh,
renamed the Poor Clares. She
okay.
was close friend, spiritual sister, that's where you're getting that, and collaborator of Saint Francis of Assisi, and shared his commitment to living a life modeled on the simplicity and poverty of Christ. All right, so how was their relationship?
So she was much more of a follower in his teachings. And she came in and promoted peace, promoted livelihood and living with minimal means.
Yeah.
So she also, he says that she transitioned. So her lifestyle and her transition, she's here with us, by the way.
Oh, okay. Hello.
She's bowing her head, and she's very, very sweet. Her
Mm,
tone of voice is very, very sweet. Um, and she is explaining how her popularity rose based off of her intentions of creating a world not in judgment,
yeah.
not in insanity, but sanity, and finding that through Christ. So living very Christ-like will help you find your sanity
Yeah.
and will help you find your peace. And so she lived very, very poor. She had a
By her
convent
choice. It's good.
with, by her choice. She gave up all of her worldly possessions,
Mm,
and she lived very minimalistically. And she prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed a lot. And she loved children. She had a compassion and a heart for all women of
well,
all
tell me
shapes.
about the relationship between her and Francis.
The
And
religion.
yeah, the her and Saint Francis. That's where clarify your relationship with Saint Clare of Assisi. Did you guys share any past lives together? I think that's what these people want to know. And then we'll break for part two. I
Many,
mean, part
yeah,
three.
many, however, it looks to me like they were children together. She had passed very, very young by the age of
Okay.
3.
Oh, age of 3. Wow. In another life.
What's interesting here is a lot of everybody has like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of past lives. And it just seems like both of them didn't had very intentional lives when they came in. So it's like it was popping them up to this purpose in this life
Yeah.
shared together.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they
right.
were siblings in many past lives. So
Oh my
they had that
goodness.
kindredship with
Yeah.
each other already. That was very purposeful and intentful. So that way, when they were able to meet this last lifetime together, because they're still have up, Erik says they're still up there hanging out on their recliners, watching their
Oh.
Netflix Netflix and
All
chilling together.
right. All right, so let's break because we're going to start talking about stigmata next. Y'all
Oh,
ready? Y'all
really
check
cool.
out Abby in the description box below, please, and
Yeah,
hit the thumbs up and subscribe. All
so
right,
excited to meet you all. Yes.
stay tuned. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we publish this next one.